What is going on, everyone? Welcome to week 8 of RTT. This week I am playing Don, Mateo, and the Matthew Sandslashes. Um, his team consists of Pikachu, Gardevoir, Kanga, Rotom, Magmar, Altaria, Skunk Tank, Machamp, Seeking, Corsola, and Blossom. So a couple different things I think that are really important here. Blossom's actually like a pretty decent has a pretty decent matchup into like our Sun team. Just being able to, of course, have chlorophyll of their own. Magmar, of course, kind of blows up the Sun mode as well. And Altaria having access to Cloud9 means that it's not very useful. Gardevoir also has Imprison for our Trick Room mode. So, like, that's something we need to be aware of. Kangaskhan, of course, has Fake Out, as does Pikachu. Matthew's team is really good, in all actuality. Having access to base 55 speed Machamp and Corsola down here at 35 is kind of scary as well. So just like, there's a lot going on that we need to be aware of in team building. But I think, overall, his team is fairly fast, and as a result, we can kind of abuse it by trying to get up Trick Room. So this is the team that I've put together for the week. We are Colberberry Lunatone as one of our primary Trick Room setters. Ally Switch, Protect, Earth Power, just because like ground coverage is actually pretty decent into his team outside of like exactly Altaria and Rotom. We get to hit a ton of different things. Executor as our other Trick Room setter, this time of course carrying Sleep Powder. Ancient Power is also pretty decent into like just as a damaging attack into his attacks and such. Avalugg here as our main Trick Room sweeper. Ice Body so we can get some healing. AV just so we have extra bulk. And physical Curse Wailord is something I'm actually pretty excited to try out this week. Maxing out on special defense just so we can live some extra hits there because, of course we're going to be boosting our defense via Curse. So I feel like this is pretty okay to be doing. Tangela for redirection to help get Trick Room up, as well as knockoff for like opposing items and such. And then Blissey, we are red card Blissey, trying to prevent our opponent from if they hit us, they obviously get switched out. They do have a bunch of various fake out users, so being able to just prevent them from staying in with red card is interesting. And then Serene Grace and just triple damaging attacks here, all of which have really, really decent secondary effects. So let's get paired up here for game number 1, and we will. So yeah, this seems pretty free to get a Trick Room up. The question is just like, how do we want to do it? And I think that Lunatone looks pretty appealing. They do have Skunk Tank and Rotom, so like I do have Colbur because like both my Trick Room setters are Psychic type, so like having that extra dark coverage is pretty decent here. I kind of want to do Tangela plus Lunatone with Avalugg Wailord in the back. Blissey doesn't look all that terrible here, especially if we can deal with the Machamp in some capacity. But I think I want to lean into Wailord here on game 1. It's going to be Magmar plus Rotom up front. So I kind of want to knock off into the Magmar just to get rid of its the Eviolite is going to be holding most likely. I mean, I'm pretty bulky. I can take a hit. And then we'll go for a Trick Room here. I think just trying to deal with Magmar and getting rid of its item immediately is going to be the play. Like, what does Magmar actually do? Like, obviously, it's a very big Dynamax threat and, like, can do a ton of damage to us very quickly, but I think all things considered, this is pretty okay. This is a Protect. There's a Shadow Ball. Okay, so free Trick Room here. Good. So now I can go for that knockoff into here. I kind of want to Earth Power the Magmar as well. Like, if Lunatone goes down, that's pretty good for me. Tangela is faster than Lunatone. Did I not make Tangela min speed? I did not. Okay. Oh well. That's fine. There goes the Eviolite. That's completely fine. Heat Wave is going to do a chunk. Shadow Ball is going to take Lunatone out. That's perfect because now I feel like this Rotom is choice locked into Shadow Ball. I just have that sneaking suspicion. So I can go into Wailord here. And I can Rage Powder plus Curse this turn. And then here I want to swap to Avalugg, I think. And go for a second Curse. I want to get some extra health back here on Tangela, I think, so... yeah, I think this is pretty okay. This is going to make Wailord pretty bulky in the face of 2 special attack. Clear Smog! That's rude. Okay. This is honestly pretty okay, all things considered. I can go for a Max Quake into Magmar, but I think it's going to just protect this turn. So I could Knuckle. No, I can't. That's a Ghost type. That's not how that works. I think I just want to Hailstorm the Rotom and Liquidation it as well. Yep, Protect coming out from Magmar, pretty expected. Okay, that's pretty okay, all things considered. Still thinking that the Rotom is choice locked. We're seeing Protect, Heat Wave, Clear Smog from this Magmar. Altaria is going to come out and clear the weather, but that's fine. Because Hailstorm should be able to just take it out. Plus a Liquidation into the Magmar. Gonna Dynamax the Magmar in front of me. Okay. Thank you, AV. Ooh, not enough to actually pick up the KO. But we do get the KO into the Altaria, which is good. Skunk Tank is the last one here. We'll go for a Quake. And kind of want to set up a Curse this turn. Yeah, Flare's going to take out my Avalugg. That's fine. But we're not dead. We're pretty dang close, but we're not dead. Oh, I still have Tangela in the back, too. Okay. This is pretty fine. I can double Protect this turn. Get that extra recovery here on Wailord. I'm going to be a Max Guard. Just triple Protect this turn. And a Snarl. Okay. I'll go for a knockoff into here. I think this game is lost. I don't want to reveal Heavy Slam if I can avoid it, so we'll just Liquidation the Magmar. But yeah, that should be game. Yep, GG. So our Trick Room mode, I think, is good. We just didn't fully utilize it. The Clear Smog on Magmar is really interesting as well. I think if I lead Exeggutor and he leads Magmar, like, I just die. So I think Lunatone is probably the best play. Could bring Blissey just as like a... I think Lunatone Tangela is good. I think Blissey to be able to have a free swap in on the Rotom is also good. And then I think I want Avalugg. I think I just need a Dynamax sooner, to be honest with you. I think that game went poorly because I tried to set up and didn't try to utilize my Dynamax sooner. That is something that was a concern there. Also surprised he didn't lean more into Machamp here, seeing how I do have like very hard Trick Room this week. Yeah, speaking of Machamp, and there's a Blossom as well. I mean, I feel like this is still pretty free. I could ally switch here just to mess him up. I think ally switch is fine, and then I want to leech seed the Machamp here. Yeah, there's a knockoff. That's unfortunate. Okay, there's a sleep powder. So that's something he has to now play around the rest of the game. Can you leech seed grass types? Grass types are immune to this move. Okay, so we can knock off the Blossom and protect this turn. Gonna get rid of its Focus Sash. Interesting. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So Tangela's back to full HP. Does he read the... I think I want to knock off the Machamp this turn. And... this turn's hard. This turn's really, really hard. Surprised he brought Sleep Powder Blossom into the matchup with multiple grass types. Good ally switch. I think he reads the ally switch this turn, though. I think I do want to knock off into the Machamp, just get rid of whatever item it is holding. We know it's not Guts because it would have already triggered. We know it's No Guard because he has Dynamic Punch on it. I think I'm going to try for a Trick Room this turn. Okay, getting rid of its items. Going to get rid of Black Sludge. Sleep Powder does connect, but that's kind of whatever. And then here, kind of want to just Leech Seed into the Skunk Tank. And we'll try for an Earth Power. Yeah, there's a Snarl. There's my Culper Berry reveal. And Sludge Bomb as well. Very cool. So I could protect this turn. We'll try for a Trick Room this turn. I mean, we're pretty likely to wake up. And like getting extra recovery in on Tangela would be nice before I had to switch out. Because I could swap to Blissey, make the Skunk Tank swap out because of red card. I don't think that's really what I want to do. I don't think I particularly want to swap Blissey in on a Snarl or a Sludge Bomb. Like, I mean, obviously Blissey can't take both of those hits. And see, this is Focus Sash, this is Black Sludge. We haven't seen item on... They also have Leech Seed. Very, very cool. Okay. So now here, I think I want to swap to... I kind of want to just double swap here. Yeah, I think this is fine. Here comes Blissey. Here comes Avalugg. Here comes Machamp. Here's a Mist Sleep Powder. Cool. So Avalugg is slower than Blissey, so I can actually Dynamax, go for the Hailstorm into Machamp and click Blizzard this turn. This will be 100% accurate Blizzards. We don't know what ability Blossom is, but it doesn't particularly matter at this point. Okay, there's my Dynamax. No Dynamax from him. Okay, so we do get to pick up the Blossom. Strength Sap's annoying, but honestly, it doesn't really matter. Avalugg's probably still going to be able to one-shot this Blossom. Magmar's coming in. I could Quake into it. I also think Hailstorm the Blossom this turn is fine, and I want to just Shadow Ball the Magmar. Could also Thunder and go for that Para chance. 60% chance to Para. Yeah, let's do it. Max Guard? No Max Guard. Blossom does hang on, which is annoying. Okay, we get the Para. And we get the Para. Okay, okay, okay. So now I can Hailstorm and Blizzard. Okay. And the Para. Okay. So, Trick Room is now over. I can body press this Skunk Tank. And this is probably going to Snarl, which is unfortunate because he doesn't have any more Mons in the back. I think I'm just going to go to Tangela here. Max Flare, the Avalugg, take me out, that's fine. I can now go into Lunatone. And this is going to be full power max flares. I mean, heat waves in the sun. I think Trick Room plus Protect is the right play this turn. Should probably just go for like a Poison Jab. Snarl's also fine. And then this is just obviously Heat Wave. Lunatone, you got me, right? Yeah, you got me. Okay, Trick Room goes back up. So now I can Earth Power the Skunk Tank. And Leech Seed the Skunk Tank. Oh, Magmar is... Let's see, I can figure this out. Magmar is slower than Blissey under Trick Room. Blissey's speed is 75, so it's going to be slower than Tangela as well. I just had to hope for a Para this turn. I could just swap. I think that's fine. I want to get that extra recovery, I think. I should have gone for it. Sag. Is this going to reveal my red card? It does not, because they do not have anything to swap to. So now I can Earth Power the Skunk Tank. And... 50%. We'll just Blizzard here. Oh! And we miss. Okay. I can... Last turn of Sun, we will Protect. We can double Protect this turn to stall out the last turn of Sun. Okay. Awesome. Beautiful. So now we can double into the Skunk Tank to take it out this turn. It should Protect, I would think. So I can actually... Earth Power and we'll Shadow Ball the Magmar. It does not Protect. Interesting. That's probably GG then. We get this Bedef drop. Yeah, but now Trick Room is over. I'm poisoned. This has Poison Jab. I'm not going to be able to do enough. I'm going to Leech Seed the Magmar, and we're going to play to our outs, but it's not going to happen. Oh, that sucks. GG's. I feel like the team I brought was good. I feel like I didn't really have a solid answer to Magmar. And, like, obviously Magmar got hella parried this game, which is obviously very good for us. but like we weren't really able to utilize it at all. And I'm not sure what I could have done in team building differently that would have led to a better success against Magmar. Like, I think Wailord was good, but I wasn't sure how well it would actually play in the like the sun, and like the fact that it had access to clear smog to be able to get rid of my curse boost is also really annoying. So I'm not really sure what else I could have done. Hertier's like a consideration because we can just like snarl it to death and then its damage output is non-existent. But I don't think that's really what we want to do. So I think then it comes down to like, what could we have done differently? And I really just want to pull up the team just so I can look a little more. Because I feel like I wasn't well prepared. Like, I guess I could have had, like, a rock move on Lunatone, but even then, like, my best rock move is what, like, Ancient Power? We have Meteor Beam, but I felt like Colbur would be pretty important with them having Skunk Tank. And, like, it ultimately did not end up being that big of a deal because their dark move of choice was Snarl. So, like, Meteor Beam could have been a consideration. I don't know. I also think that, like, ground coverage is just better based on the fact that they have Skunk Tank and the fact that they had Skunk Tank, Pikachu, Magmar, and Corsola, all who were weak to it, whereas Rock hits Magmar and Altaria. So I don't think this is incorrect to play Earth Power here. And, like, Ancient Power here is also fine, I think. But I also don't think Eggy was really ever going to be able to do anything like it needs to. I'm also really glad that this was not actually important because I was evidently minus special defense instead. And I was also not min speed on this. So, I don't know. I think Wailord was the right call. I think Lunatone having access to Earth Power was also good. Blissey doing Serene Grace Thunder was sick. Was actually really, really, really good for us. We did obviously miss like a blizzard, but I don't know. That's going to be it, I think, for this week. And I'm pretty sure we are all but wiped from playoff contentions at this point. Like, obviously, we're going to play out the rest of the season. I feel like I've said that the last several weeks, but I really do mean it. I do think that with the loss here, we're going to move to 2-8, I think. Yes, we're going to move to 2-6, I'm sorry. Which is probably gonna not be. I don't know. There's obviously like still a chance. 8th place is currently 3-4, so we would just need to rally, I think. But I think we're just a little too far behind, and it is what it is. You know, going from first place last season to not making playoffs is obviously not ideal, but it is what it is. So that's going to be it for me today, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next week. Have a good one. Peace.